Right. They don't even understand that you know, the way we grew up, you're supposed to spend no more than 10 or 20% of what you make. You know what I'm saying? So you can have something.
What's the best memory of 50 Cent?
Best memory of 50 Cent? Ever since I met 50 Cent, he's always been stand-up and probably the most truthful person I've ever met.
Lil Meech got Richard Millie's Chrome Heart jeans, 10,000. I buy some Chrome Hearts for 10,000. I might wear them shits for a month, bro.
Welcome to Celeb News, your go-to source for Hollywood's hottest secrets, shocking scandals, and non-stop drama. Before we dive into the latest tea, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss a headline. Let's get started.
He was able to do it because, like financially, I was supporting the idea, and I believe he could do it. He had moved to California and was working with acting coaches, and his dad didn't know that he was actually doing that.
Just being with him everywhere, seeing nice things all the time since I was born, so I always knew that he was doing something. I mean, I don't know, it could have been anything. So I had a fun childhood, crazy childhood.
Big Meech just went off on 50 Cent, accusing him of turning his own son, Lil Meech, against him. Y'all already know 50, and Big Meech had a major fallout after Meech linked up with Rick Ross right after getting out of prison, leaving Lil Meech stuck in the middle. At first, Lil Meech tried to keep the peace, staying loyal to 50, but now both father and son have completely switched sides, making it crystal clear they're rolling with Rick Ross from here on out.
You know what I'm saying? From the hood to Hollywood that you gotta have, you know what I'm saying? Especially when you getting it. You know what I'm saying? See, people never seen how I really put it down, because unless you a part of that, I'm not gonna let you see that. Only thing you're gonna see is us enjoying ourselves. That's what you're supposed to see.
Word on the street is that Big Meech is furious after 50 Cent put him on blast, calling him a bad father and accusing him of leading Lil Meech into reckless spending and substance use. Now, the father-son duo is reportedly plotting revenge. Rumors are swirling that they're teaming up with Rick Ross and Floyd Mayweather to launch their own version of BMF, but fans aren't buying it. Many believe Big Meech and Lil Meech are setting themselves up for failure if they think Ross and Floyd truly have their backs. In fact, whispers are going around that they might just get finessed out of whatever money they have left. So, what's Big Meech really cooking up to come for 50 Cent? And what exactly did 50 say about his parenting? One thing's for sure, Big Meech isn't about to let 50 tarnish his name. After 50 went after his parenting skills and accused him of leading Lil Meech down the wrong path, the BMF legend is out for revenge. Meanwhile, with 50 cutting off Lil Meech and hinting that BMF might be on the chopping block, Lil Meech is scrambling to make things right. Fast, desperate to stay in the 50's good graces, Lil Meech wasted no time reaching out directly, practically pleading his case. He insisted that the viral photo of Big Meech and Rick Ross, the one that started this whole drama, was just business. Lil Meech even slid into 50's messages, saying, "F Ross, but he gave my dad some bread so he can keep the lights on until our next season starts."
Yeah. So look, I do want to do a BMF film because you've been entertained by a lackluster, small budget series. Now it's time to do a big budget film. Which director? Shout out to my homie F. Gary Gray, Antoine Foucault, what's up? Tarantino. It's a lot of legends. This is gonna be big, I can feel it. I'm just talking.
Lil Meech was clearly stressed, admitting, "This internet is throwing me off, man. You know me in real life." But 50, he wasn't trying to hear any of it. He clapped back hard, basically telling Lil Meech that his time on BMF was done for. Good. 50 hit him with a cold response. "What next season, little ninja?" Straight up pulling the plug on him. And just to twist the knife, 50 went full savage, roasting Lil Meech for fumbling the bag and clowning his next career move. He even joked that since Meech got booted from BMF, his next gig would be on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. "I'll give Mona Scott a call for him later today," 50 wrote, throwing shade like only he can. But he wasn't done, not even close. 50 spun the block right back to Big Meech and Rick Ross, once again questioning their parenting and digging up old receipts to back up his claims.
Still trying to find myself. My dad was calling me from jail every day. He was like, man, what you gonna do? I'm like, shit, I don't know. I always knew I wanted to be my own person. It's just hard, you know, to live up to my dad's name. I met 50. 50 put me in acting classes for 2 years in LA. Invested in me, paid for the acting classes. I had to go every day, two times a day, 5 days a week. In the morning, in the afternoon, come back home, study again, do the same thing the next day.
Wow, a ball player.
Yeah, but I put in the work though, and that 50 couldn't get me the job. I had to get myself the job. My dad couldn't get me the job. They would have hired somebody else that already had acting experience. I had no experience. So I was...
50 Cent just took things to another level, digging up throwback footage of Lil Meech with Ross's daughter, Toy Roberts, from back when they were a thing, using it as more ammo to drag both Meech and Ross. He pointed out how Ross did nothing for the Flannery family while Big Meech was locked up, then really let it fly, writing, "Why didn't old boy look out for Meech and send him to acting school? Big screech. All your people that were out did nothing for him. You come home thinking you're the Black Pablo Escobar and mess him up." And just in case people forgot, 50 made sure to remind everyone that he was the one who actually held down the Flannery family while Big Meech was behind bars. But according to him, Lil Meech fumbled the bag, big time. He laid it out plain and simple. "I helped your family make over $5 million in legit money. It's not my fault. It's all gone." At first, some fans called 50 out for cutting off Lil Meech so fast just because Big Meech linked up with Rick Ross. But others said 50 had every right to feel betrayed after everything he did for the Flannery family. Even industry figures couldn't stay quiet, with Boozy being one of them, and let's just say he wasn't feeling how Lil Meech handled 50 in that text. According to Boozy, Meech was way too respectful, especially after 50 disrespected his father. Boozy made it loud and clear. If it were him, he would have snapped immediately for someone coming at his dad like that. But 50 wasn't about to let Boozy talk slick without clapping back. He hit Boozy with straight facts, claiming he had done more for Lil Meech than Big Meech ever did. He even doubled down by sharing a clip of Boozy's interview and adding, "I did more for Meech than anyone in his life, Boozy. That's why he responded like that." Then, 50 took it a step further, exposing that whenever Lil Meech got locked up, he was the first person Meech called, and every single time 50 was the one bailing him out. But hold up, this isn't even the full story. 50 dropped a bombshell that most people didn't see coming. Turns out, he once paid for Lil Meech to go to rehab after finding out he was hooked on whippets. In another IG post, 50 laid out exactly why things went south between him, Big Meech, and Lil Meech, and let's just say, jealousy was at the center of it all. 50 hinted that Big Meech couldn't stand how close he and Lil Meech got while he was locked up. "I thought about it. I think he was uncomfortable with me and Meech's relationship. I'm telling Meech I don't want him doing X. I'm telling him he used to do X like it's cool. I tell Meech to chill and stop spending all his money. He's telling him how much money he blew." And then 50 hit them with receipts. He revealed that actor Russell Hornsby noticed Lil Meech was high out of his mind on set. Dude even started throwing up during a weapons test. Then 50 added, "Ian told me the little dude had whippets in his truck. I said, what the fuck is whippets? I look it up, and it's the same as what is in BB guns, man." This situation just keeps getting messier, but instead of falling back, Big Meech and Lil Meech are turning all the way up, making bold moves just to spite 50. Now, they're fully locked in with Rick Ross, the same Ross that Lil Meech swore he had no love for just weeks ago when he was texting 50. And that isn't even the craziest part. Big Meech and Lil Meech are also linking up with none other than Floyd Mayweather, one of 50's oldest and most infamous rivals. This beef just went nuclear.
Big Meech and Lil Meech looks like they are officially partners with Floyd Mayweather. Now they're being very tight-lipped about the venture, but my guess is it is going to be big. Floyd Mayweather is a very, very competitive person, and he will pull out all the stops in his attempt to beat 50 Cent.
Lil Meech just popped out heavy in Miami with Rick Ross and Floyd Mayweather, making sure 50 Cent saw every bit of it. And just to twist the knife even deeper, he posted photos with both of them, captioning it "Real Power," a clear shot at 50's Power franchise, But he didn't stop there. Just days later, Lil Meech hit IG with another cryptic post, flexing alongside Big Meech and Floyd. No words, just a shushing face emoji, basically hinting that they're cooking up something big behind the scenes. Now the streets are buzzing, with rumors that Big Meech and Lil Meech might be locking in a business deal with Floyd, but nobody knows exactly what they're plotting yet. Some reports even suggest that the Flanoris are working on a new show or movie about the Black Mafia family, completely separate from 50's BMF series on Starz. And if that wasn't wild enough, Rick Ross recently announced that he wants to produce his own BMF movie. But here's the catch. Ross might need to rethink that whole plan, because if he wants to get it off the ground, he'd have to ask 50 Cent for the green light first. Now that's a plot twist. Sources close to the situation just dropped a major bombshell, and it's bad news for Big Meech and Ross. Turns out 50 Cent owns the TV and film rights to the BMF story, and that's not changing anytime soon, no matter how much drama goes down between him and Meech. And that's not all. TMZ just confirmed that 50's G-Unit Film and Television is already in motion, working on Tammy Cowan's life story, which is set to take the BMF saga to another level. Now, a lot of people are siding with 50 and calling out Lil Meech for fumbling. The opportunity of a lifetime. Word on the street is that Meech burnt through every dime he made from BMF. Insiders say he blew millions in just a few years, on designer clothes, jewelry, and flexing, without saving or investing a single dollar, and he wasn't even low-key about it. Lil Meech was out here stunting, posting himself dripped out in custom Chrome Hearts jeans, and even bragging about dropping $2 million on an iced-out watch. That's right, $2 million on a watch. Reports say Meech ran through $5 million total, splurging on cars, clothes, and jewelry, but never put a cent into securing his future. Even Tony Yayo had something to say, exposing that Meech was out here acting super entitled, even telling rappers like Lil Baby that they should hand over money to help out Big Meech. And here's where it gets wild. Yayo also spilt that while Meech was out here begging for cash, he was dropping $100,000 on jeans at the same time. And the craziest part? Lil Meech himself admitted that before linking up with 50, he was completely lost. Had no direction, and didn't even know what his next move would be. But 50 saw potential, took him under his wing, and even paid for his acting lessons for 2 whole years. And now Meech has turned his back on the one man who put him on. Let's not forget, 50 didn't have to do any of this. He could have easily hired an experienced actor, saved himself a ton of money, and kept it moving. But instead, he took a chance on Lil Meech, invested in him, and handed him an opportunity of a lifetime. You'd think after being handed a golden ticket, Lil Meech would have been extra careful not to fumble the bag. But nah, it's almost like he thought he could live the high life forever, expecting someone to just keep handing him millions along the way. At first, when the drama between 50 and Big Meech started, fans actually felt sorry for Lil Meech. Some even called 50 out, saying he was wrong for cutting him off just because of his dad's moves. But now, fans are switching up quickly after seeing Lil Meech running around with Rick Ross and Floyd Mayweather, basically rubbing it in 50's face. People are starting to look at him sideways, because just a few weeks ago, he was dissing Ross and swearing loyalty to 50. And if that wasn't messy enough, this whole rumor about Big Meech linking up with Ross and Floyd for a BMF movie is already rubbing fans the wrong way. Why? Because legally it might not even be possible. See, Big Meech already sold his life rights to Tammy Cowan's, the same person who helped bring 50 Cent's BMF series to life on Starz. That means technically, Meech doesn't even own his own story anymore. Tammy does. So, if Big Meech and Lil Meech really think they're about to create their own version with Ross and Floyd, how's that even going to work? Are they planning to buy the rights back? Are they switching up the storyline completely? Or is this all just a move to mess with 50 Cent after all the recent drama? Either way, we gotta hear from y'all. Was 50 Cent right about Big Meech being a bad influence on Lil Meech? And how do y'all feel about Big Meech and his son teaming up with Ross and Floyd Mayweather now? Is this a smart business move, or are they setting themselves up for failure? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see